Unity View TV delivers broadcast quality live streams and cinematic recordings that turn events into unforgettable memorabilia. From instant replays and live graphics to professional commentary and multi-camera coverage, we bring the power of a full television broadcast in a portable, affordable setup tailored to your event. Unity View TV, we showcase drama.
You still have those windows. Loud, drafty, expensive. It's time for an upgrade. Upgrade your life. Starbridge builds every window and door to fit your home. Measured, designed, custom built, perfect fit, quiet, energy efficient. Not from a shelf. Stop settling. Go custom. Starbridge windows and doors. Get your free quote today.
Hi, my name is Alex Mendoza. I'm one of the CEOs and co-founders of Starbridge Windows and Doors. We started this business in 2015 with the help of my wife, Betty, and Luis Mendoza. We've been around since 2015, and we do manufacturing windows and doors in-house. We come out to your home for free, a free estimate same day if possible, and we provide a 100% full service with the installations. We build everything from cutting glass to putting all the insulated units together. We also provide bifolds, casements, arch windows, French doors, trapezoids, and anything out there that we can that's actually in the market. We are a one-stop shop here at Starbridge Windows and Doors. We are here to provide excellence to your home.
I never thought my old shower could look this clean.
Imagine coming home from a hard day of work and walking into a sparkling clean home. Get ready for a cleaning team that cleans more deeply, takes more time, and truly cares. Happy Home Helpers is the #1 rated cleaning service in Las Vegas with thousands of happy customers and hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google. Call today or click the link below to get a free quote.
Okay, so for you people that say to me, I don't want to touch my first mortgage, I've got a 4% rate, I've got a 3.5% rate, whatever it is, you don't want to touch your first. I understand that, but you need cash out. Whether that's for home improvements, tuition for your son, daughter, whatever the case may be, let's look at a closed-end second for you. We've got fixed rates, variable rates, lots of different options for you to qualify for these now. The rates are low on these closed-end seconds. I encourage you, reach out now. You're absolutely going to like what you see. It's a great way to not touch that first mortgage, get you that second mortgage, and get you the money you need to take care of your business.
Kaylani dropped her self-titled project. Kaylani, executive produced by Chris Riddick-Tyne. Shout out to you. If you haven't checked out that interview, make sure to tap in with that on Engineers. This is probably my favorite release of the year so far. I want more upbeat R&B that could be played in multiple different settings. Like, I want a versatile R&B album. And it's hard to do because there's so many different sounds and different vibes in R&B. I think this album is perfect for 2026. It gives me Keisha Cole vibes. She's obviously from Oakland. This is a year plus in the making. Cole did spark this. We saw something that worked, and he hasn't went into this more traditional R&B bag yet. Like, she's growing and wanting to put out a more mature R&B project, and this feels fitting of where she's at. Knocked it out the park. I love this.
Yeah, and especially when you look at the features, Wayne, Clips, Brandy, Missy Elliott, like definitely working with people that she admires. It looks like she was picking up people that she was inspired by and grew up on them.
I really liked how visible Chris Riddick-Tyne's was throughout this rollout. Producers being able to like remotely work with people and not always being in the studio. We've kind of lost these people being like cultural figures that you know what they look like. But like to see Chris sitting next to her during the Apple interview, I was like, this is dope because this is truly a duo. If you want to make an album of this stature, you need a team.
I think this is probably going to be R&B album of the year. It's going to be really, really hard to beat.
Vegas locals and anyone who's traveling to Vegas, come join our charcuterie workshop where you can build your own platter and take it home. You're gonna be welcomed with a bunch of food. So delicious. We also have drinks for you guys waiting with ice, different types of water that you can enjoy in the beginning before we start teaching the class. Now, where all the fun happens, welcome in our kitchen, where you will be welcomed with your own spot, your own choice of platter or box, and everything is already ready for you guys. All you have to do is come hungry and ready to be creative.
You guys just found the most authentic Knafeh in LA, and right now we're gonna show you our top 3 most ordered flavors. And coming in at number 3, we have the walnut churro. First step is we're gonna put the gutted, which is the rose syrup. Now we're gonna top it off with the walnut, cinnamon, and brown sugar. And then next, we're gonna top that off with some Biscoff cream. And then lastly, a dollop of Biscoff cookies straight in the center. And coming in at number 2 is our Kinder Crunch. We top this off with Kinder white chocolate. And now we drizzle some chocolate on that. And lastly, we give it that crunch. And coming in at number 1, you guys already knew it, it's our classic traditional Knafeh. So the first step on this is we put the gutted, which is the rose syrup. And lastly, we put a scoop of raw pistachios in the center. You know what they say, the best things in life are simple. You don't gotta travel to get a taste of the Middle East. Habibi, come to Corner Knafeh, tag a friend in the comments. We'll see you guys soon.
Unity View TV delivers broadcast quality live streams and cinematic recordings that turn events into unforgettable memorabilia. From instant replays and live graphics to professional commentary and multi-camera coverage, we bring the power of a full television broadcast in a portable, affordable setup tailored to your event. Unity View TV, we showcase drama.
Directed at officials, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal.
It's the SOCAL Premier League Cup Final. We kick it off here in Biola University's Al Barber Stadium in sunny La Mirada, California. The sun has started to poke its way out of the clouds. Perfect weather for the start of the Freeman Cup Final between Zapa FC and Academia Gullit. My name is Holden Buckley. Joining me is Mahal Domingo Anderson. Be sure to follow Unity View TV on Instagram and subscribe here on YouTube. We'll be walking you through all the action here in sunny Southern California. And Mahal, looking at these two teams, what they've been able to accomplish all throughout this season. For Academia Gullit, they were UPSL D1 champions, and then for Zapa FC, SoCal Premier League 2nd Division champs. What are you expecting to see out of today's matchup?
Well, I mean, is there anywhere else to start, Holden? Then this is a cup final. A cup final means increased intensity, increased action, and you expect both these teams to want to jump out to the front foot as quickly as possible. And as soon as they can get that first goal, it's going to be crucial in this entire game and can change it from then on.
Or check us out socially.
Absolutely
on Facebook,
right.
Instagram.
It's also fair to be aware that this game could get pretty heated pretty fast. I mean, we see at these upper level championships within the Southwest Premier League that it can get tough, and it can get tight, and tensions can flare. And I think you'll see a lot of that in today's broadcast, and especially in our later game as well, kicking off at 6:30. So after this game ends, make sure you don't go anywhere. But for Academia Gullit, we're able to get through their first and second leg pretty easily. The first leg against Olympiacos, they were reserves. They won 4-2 in that first game, 5-1 in the second. And then against AMSG Elite, I mean, just utter dominance in both those games. 6-3 in the first leg in that big dub, and then 12-0 in the second to advance to this game. So Gullit definitely with a little bit more momentum here going into this game. And then for Zapa FC, again, they had more dominance in their first leg against Club Athletic LA. It was a 10-0 win in that first leg, 4-2 win in the second. And they played the under-23 team for AMSG and tied that second game. So all throughout the season, I mean, both these teams have had their ups and downs, but really, when you look at it, pretty even here on paper. They both do well at home, both have nearly winless at home, 3-0-1 for Academia Gullit, and then 4-1-2 at home for Zapa FC. So they've been solid all around, and I think you'll see some of these top roster pieces. I mean, for Gullit, it's Christian Gonzalez, I mean, with his 7 goals in the season, and then for Zapa, you'll see Matthew Mendoza everywhere. He'll be wearing number 7. Definitely keep an eye on him. We're nearing kickoff. We have 4 refs for today. Teams all lining up in white got the Zapa FC starting squad. And then for Academia, they're going to be wearing black, so easy to point them out. So Mahal, is there anything else when you're looking at these two teams, how we've done our prep for this game, anything else that you're expecting when it comes to how this game should start out for both these teams?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it earlier, but you want to jump out on the front foot as quickly as possible. Both these two teams, that expect them to press early and just see if they can force a mistake, force something into the back of the net. You look at Zapa FC, in terms of league games, this is a team that has a goal differential of 7. They've allowed only 23 goals in 10 games, have scored 30, so they're a team that expects to play in shootouts. They expect to score a lot of goals. They don't expect to necessarily give up the most goals, whereas Academia Gullit, this is a team that is going to play in tight games. -2 goal differential. They've only allowed 16 goals in their 9 games. So you look at it, both these two teams sort of on polar opposites in terms of what they do, in terms of Zapa playing in games with a ton of goals and Academia Gullit being a team that plays in, really tight games, that it's 1-0, 2-0. Now, in the tournament, like you mentioned, it's been a little bit different, but I expect this to be a tight game. It's a cup final. Nobody wants to make that mistake that could prove crucial in this game. But I expect them to jump out and try and get that early goal, jump out on the front foot, and just allow yourself to settle in and relax.
Absolutely, and I think it's fair to say that despite Academia Gullit sort of competing at a higher level, especially within their playoff games, they're still coming off of 2 losses. So before that, they were really hot, but now they've sort of slowed down just a little bit, and they haven't had the same level of sample size, or I guess both these teams have struggled, but they've been very low on their sample times in terms of offensive ability. I mean, really that -2 differential, only giving up 16, that's great, but you're playing a team that's just a really solid goal-scoring team. I mean, 7 regular season games played by Zapa FC, 30 goals. I mean, unstoppable offense, and then those stats just amplified by the fact of how dominant they've been throughout their first couple playoff games.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams, right, they're expecting to win this game. They want to win this game. They're going to be putting everything that they can into this game. And for a team in Zapa that, like you said, they score a lot of goals, you expect them to really just try and score and try and jump out and try and just be aggressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we kindly request that you please rise if you're able and remove your caps. And join us in a moment of
as we kick off the national anthem,
University
we'll let you listen here, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Ojesekova, lovingly known as Chief O, who passed away late last year. Thank you. Thank you. And now for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
So nearly packed stands here in Biola University A lot of people coming out to show support for both of these teams. Something also to keep in mind is that these teams haven't faced off yet this season. And both these teams just coming off of solid seasons all around, being able to get their own individual accomplishments. But it's going to be interesting to see how tensions flare for two teams that just really haven't got to see each other as of late.
Yeah, and I mean, when you don't know a team, it makes that first 5-10 minutes of this game all the more important. You got to understand, how are they playing? What are they trying to do against you? Just understanding each and every little aspect of this game that's going to make it different and difficult.
Absolutely. And as we kick off, it's important to mention, winner of this game will have registration to the USA SA Region 4 tournament with a chance to advance to the National Amateur Cup. So neither of these teams wants to head home empty-handed and their regular season these next couple of weeks, but this is the game that they've been preparing for, game planning for, since they started pool play just a couple months ago. And both these teams, the very balanced attack. You see Zapa, they're able to score from a lot of different places. And then for Academia Gullit, it's always just been, how can you get your balls to key players like Castro and Gonzalez? We'll see them on the wings. Hoping to make some good today. It's honestly just tough to say, how these teams are going to approach this game, especially just with the difference between sort of offense and defense, unstoppable force versus sort of a brick wall from the little sample size that we've seen. So nearing kickoff. This is the Brent Freeman Cup that you're watching. And at Al Barber, families, friends, and everyone supporting on the live stream. Exciting to see this 90-minute matchup kick off. Going over some of the starters that you'll see on the near side of your screen. Devin Orozco, and then ready to receive the ball, Miguel Grajeda. It's been a solid source of production for Zapa. 2 goals, 3 assists on the season. Finally, we're starting to get some heat. It's been high 60s, low 70s all morning. We were hoping that the sun would pop out for at least a few minutes to start this game. It's gonna get dark here, and hoping all these fans, hopefully new fans, come in for that electric next matchup we have. So Zapa FC coming off a 5-4 win over FC UK.
The SOCAL Premier League, the oldest continuing to see operating elite amateur soccer league in Southern California, is now partners with the LA Galaxy.
And as you're hearing over the intercom, partners with the LA Galaxy. So a lot of historical soccer happening in a very connected SOCAL Premier League within the greater Southwest. And a lot to look forward to. And here as we kick off, it's Zapa able to get a handle on it early. They're gonna reset it back, move past half, and reset it all the way back to their goalkeeper.
See some pressing there.
So it's Kevin Enriquez in the goal for Zapa. Academia just trying to take this ball away, killing some clock early, about 35 seconds in. Second reset, going back to goalkeeper Enriquez. This one posted back. Now really having to keep a handle on it. Gullit got a foot on it, and we're gonna keep it with Zapa.
Yeah, just offside there. Just a tough little deflection, but you can see the pressing here coming in really early from Academia. They're really trying to get that ball up front, try and force a mistake from Zapa and get it in a space where they feel like they can create something quickly and get an early goal.
And despite Zapa sort of holding on to time of possession here, Still waiting, as we're seeing now, waiting for them to cross center field. And now with a head full of steam is Matthew Mendoza. Passes it back, that one intercepted. So it's Academia heading back the other way. This one put into center field. So boosted out to the wing, trying to beat his defender. This one sneaks in. Academia Gullit strikes first. Less than 2 minutes in.
And it's just far too easy there. You bring this ball out to the left side flank. It's a little bit of an errant pass, but you take it back, pass it right back into your midfield, ball over the top on the right side, in behind, barely staying onside the right winger there, and just a really slotted finish into the bottom left corner. Way too easy there against Zapa. Zapa gonna have to now come from behind here, as that's a fantastic goal from Academia.
So now it's Zapa's turn to try to really put
goal scored in the second minute.
Tie this game up. Oh man, what a gorgeous goal coming from the far side wing. And now Zapa just trying to set up their offense.
And you talked about it being just far too easy, Holden, right? I mean, if you're Zapa, that is not a defensive breakdown that you can really handle, that you can really allow. And now you got to figure out, how can we get back into this game, right? You've given up that early goal. You're just 2 minutes into the ball game, and now you got to figure out, right, how do we figure out how to get ourselves on the scoreboard? How do we not let an easy goal like that happen? Because that build-up play from Academia Gullit was really solid, and it's something that they could obviously replicate.
Now, as you see early, Zapa just forced back to be really defensive heavy. Now Gullit with another opportunity here in space, same side of the field, and this one nearly escapes, trying to get a handle on it. And this one goes back out to the wing, dribbling it. This one, nice defensive play by Damon Orozco. And now it's Zapa once again, looking for anything offensive, trying to keep a handle on this ball.
Yeah, Zapa just got to wake up a little bit. It feels like they're a little bit half asleep in the back end and in the midfield. Just getting played around far too quickly. Academia Gullit just sort of playing this ball over the top, finding some space in behind. That's where they find their success. A couple touches that if they were a little bit cleaner, I mean, Academia Gullit, that'd be very clean and very easy to score.
Danielson Rivera, Ethan Matthew, Michael Corona, Alexis Padilla, Alexis Villalpando,
back out, and now it's Academia Gullit resetting back on their offense. This one passes center field. Zapa could have it for a second, but intercepted once again. So popcorning around in center field. Academia smartly resets.
And this is something we haven't seen from them a whole lot today. You see them building out of the back a little bit. I expect a long ball, try and find some space past the attacking front for Zapa that is pressing a little bit here. But if you're going to press, you got to press as a team, and they're sort of struggling to do that right now.
110%. But luckily, it's a lot of defensive effort coming by the black jerseys. Academia Gullit is this one. Now back on their side of the field, Zapa trying to get a handle on it, and they do. So now heading the other way, this one long, and it's going to be far left.
Yeah, just not the shot you're looking for there. You're about 35-ish yards out from the goal there. Nothing you're really going to be able to do to get it past the goal there. You just got to build it up, take it a little bit slower. I feel like Zapa's pressing a little bit, trying to force that ball into the back of the net. Build it up, find some space, get it wider, spread out this Academia Gullit defensive unit, and create some space for you.
The goalkeeper.
Exactly, it's going to be a big game of space today. Think on those big goal coming off the wing. On the left side of the field, I mean, it was so tough to prevent that when you're not sealing those corners.
And number 22,
and now, once again, just booting it back, getting it, putting themselves in winning position. I think you start to look at Kevin Henriquez, goalkeeper for Zapa FC, and you want him to really know his location within the box, especially just considering this team that Zapa's assembled. And what a nice diving interception there to keep the ball alive for Jacob Peraza.
You see Zapa here trying to get on this left flank, create some space for Matthew Mendoza. That's the player that they're going to be targeting this entire game.
Mendoza raises his hands up, a little bit confused on why he didn't get a call there. He's a little upset, and so what could have been a solid offensive opportunity for Zapa to get on the board doesn't end up finishing.
You look at these two sides, Holden. I think the difference here is just the organization that we've seen. Zapa's looked a little bit unorganized, especially in the midfield. They haven't been able to find their exact spaces, and Academia has been able to take advantage of that.
I feel like we've been seeing this all day. These breakaways coming off center field. Gullit's so effective with getting closer to the goal. And as you see there, ball awareness by number 6, and now might have to reset here again, which they will. It's all comes down to Zapa FC. How can they use their size and their speed in this really aggressive game to try to be able to set up their offense? This one booted into center, an opportunity, but goes way high.
And that's a really good opportunity. That's a great ball, and you've seen that space be able to take advantage by number 4, playing in the 10 role for Academia. They've been able to get the ball into his feet. He's been able to put a good cross in. You just a little bit of an errant touch there off the chest of the striker. If you're able to bring that down, get a quick touch and shot, I mean, that's a very dangerous ball, very dangerous space in the box.
110%, and now this one in dangerous position. Luckily, FC they're in there, and it's a goal. Academia Gullit gets their second.
And not even 10 minutes in, Holden, they're able to just find the back of the net for a second time. A little bit of a scrappy goal in inside the box, but it's been a tough 10 minutes for Zapa. They've been a little bit errant in the back, made a few mistakes, had a couple bad giveaways, another one there, bad giveaway in their defensive end between their midfield, trying to transition it from the defensive unit to the midfield unit. They're just not able to do so. They make the giveaway, give up a corner, and then it's just finding its way into the back of the net as Academia, just doing everything that they can do offensively to force it in.
And even though it wasn't a flashy corner kick, placed near perfectly, especially when you've seen what the Zapa FC defense has been giving to you right around that 5-yard mark.
Right, and you look at it though, Holden, that's a corner right to the front post. That's a ball that you just need to get and clear. You don't need to take a touch. You don't have time to take a touch. If you're the front post defender there, just get it out of the way. You can't let that get past you. Can't let that get into the box. And that's really what led to the goal right there.
110%, and I think it's also just, we're seeing here now, Gullit gets their strikers out and in front so early that whenever they're able to take this ball away, they just always have so much speed and a head full of steam as they start to approach Henriquez in goal for Zapa. And this shot again, from too far out, really.
Yeah, it's Matthew Mendoza again. You're getting the space there, 5-10 yards in front of the 18-yard box. You just got to settle that. You're between the midfield and the defensive unit. That's a really nice space for you. But to take advantage, you can't give it away easily to the goalkeeper.
So this one, they're going to cede to Zapa FC after some contact right on that center line.
You look at what Zapa FC has done today. They haven't really had an identity in how they're trying to play. You see them building out of the back right here, but you've seen them get the ball turned over and just give it away a couple times. Academia, this is a team that we've seen exactly what they want to do offensively. Win the ball, quick movement, use some tempo, get up the field, make a long ball, get in behind, and find the space that you need between the goalkeeper and the defenders to be able to get a nice shot and opportunity.
They're just forcing themselves these long passes cross field. Just lets this Academia team get up, and that is a beautiful, beautiful monster save coming by Academia Gullit on the first real offensive opportunity by Zapa FC.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about how they didn't have an identity. Well, you find an identity right there. Get it out to this right-hand flank, you beat the defender one-on-one, and you put the cross in. That's all you got to do, right? You get your right back to overlap your right winger, get him in some space, put the cross in, and see if you can force something to happen. And force something to happen is exactly what they did. You cut the deficit in half. Now you see We're into this game. We're settled in. Let's continue this.
So as we pass the 10-minute mark, this game just kicking off hot here.
And again, I mean, you look at what Zapa FC has tried to do offensively. It's been their wingers that have really tucked in, gotten a little bit central, and they've utilized the left and the right back, both their fullbacks, to try and overlap, get in some space. If they can do that on that right side multiple times, then you can utilize the left side, and you can utilize all three channels of the field here to be able to make your attack hard to predict and easier for yourselves to find space.
This one now, you're seeing some of this hard press by Academy of Gullit. Zapa FC trying to get it back to their strikers, and now this ball popcorns around. It's going to fly out of bounds. That ball flies right past here our commentator booth here at Viola.
Thought I was getting an opportunity there, get my hands on the ball holding, but not to be had, I guess.
But don't worry, we'll get another one here shortly.
Sure hope so.
So it's Nathan Campos with it, delivers cross field. Back out to the far wing, and that ball now popcorning on the far side. Trying to catch up to it, sails out of bounds. It's going to stay with Zapa FC.
Now look at that left flank for Zapa. They've tried to attack multiple times through there. They were successful using this right side. Get it back out here. Spread out this defensive unit, because you're tucking in this left side, trying to come central, and there's just not the space in the central. There's too many bodies in there defensively for Academia for you to be able to do much of anything offensively. Spread the ball out, utilize the entire field to your advantage. That's how you're going to create opportunities. That's how you're going to create space. That's how you're going to create chances for good, high quality, high opportunity chances and shots. And that's how you're going to score goals first and foremost.
This is what we see so much in the Southwest Premier League. Scoring usually tends to kick off early, especially in these big games with just a lot of aggression, playing at max firepower. Here's Gullit. Now had a chance. Couldn't get to the ball in time, FC. Now taking it past center field.
And you look at Zapa again, right? Matthew Mendoza, this is the guy that you expect to be their strong attacking player. You expect him to be the guy that scores goals, 8 goals this season in league play. You're utilizing him a lot. He's getting the ball a lot on that left side, but he's not getting the ball in space. If you bring this ball north-south, it doesn't even have to be all the way to this right side, but if you drop the ball back, create the space, and make Academia run defensively, you're going to create space for him to utilize himself, and we've seen that he can beat guys one-on-one, but you got to give him the opportunity to get a touchdown first.
This ball, as Daniel Peraza slips, Zapa FC is going to hold possession and now finally able to set up their offense. This ball goes way high, and bringing it down easily is the Academia Gullit goalkeeper.
Yeah, crossed just a little bit too close to the 6-yard box there. If you can get that a little bit closer to the top of the box, maybe you can get a touchdown. But getting the ball back quickly here is Zapa. They've done a good job here since giving up the second goal of holding possession, being able to just try and create something and be patient. That's what they got to do more of here. Just be patient, let something create itself. Don't force the ball into spaces where you want it.
Absolutely. So Zapa FC now finding a little bit of dominance within time of possession. It's Matthew Mendoza. And in the cage is Yannick Montero for Academia Gullit. So after he gave up that goal into the top left corner, had a lot of action come his way as that last ball we saw pass by too high. So it's Nathan Campos. Gives it back out. This ball nearly intercepted, able to save it, but going out of bounds. So it's now Academia's turn.
And they did a good job there of just reading that pass. A little bit too obvious from Zapa. That pass was there for 30 seconds, something like that. Much too easy for you to find that ball, intercept that ball. Now you just gotta find Academia, slow it down, hold possession. You're forcing it forward a little bit there, cause the giveaway. Slow it down, build out of the back. See if you can create something instead of forcing it into your strikers, into your winners.
100%. It's now Jacob Peraza. This ball sails into good range. Headed off, so now a well-timed header means Gullit once again has possession on opposite side of the field, and this one called short.
There's offside again. Referee raising his flag there. Just a touch too early, step too early, just a step or two offside. You make that ball, a little bit quicker over the top, and you're in plenty of space there. But that's what Academy has been wanting to do. That's what they've wanted to do offensively. That's what they've been trying to create. So that's better from them. But slow it down, don't force it. Make sure you check your runs there and stay onside.
Yeah. Nice break for Zapa FC. As this ball, once again, sailing out of bounds. To do the throw in is number 41 for Academia Gullit. This ball well placed, far side channel. Trying to reset it back out. Zapa had a decent handle on it and pushed to the ground. Is the defender. Luckily, Zapa FC able to keep a handle on it. This ball slips all the way out to the far side with Daniel Peraza.
Yeah, good switch ball to find some space there. Fortunately, you give it away, let it trickle out of bounds. But that's the idea, right? You bring all the defenders out to this right side, switch it back to the left side, got plenty of space to go forward there if you can bring that touchdown.
A long throw in, back into the field of play for Academia. Passing now the 18-minute mark. Score 2 for Academia Gullit, 1 for Zapa FC. Gullit just done a great job getting this ball back to the opposite side.
And Zapa has really read what Academia is trying to do offensively. Pulling out offsides trap, taking a couple steps forward, forcing Academia into the offsides position. That's exactly what they want to be able to do, right? You've seen what they want to do offensively. Don't let them do it. It's pretty simple, right? At the end of the day. So good defensive work from them and that back line.
Yeah, real quick start as the trip now on the attack. It's Academia Gullit.
Yeah, just trying to get in behind the defender there. You just pull back a little bit. Referee not letting there be a whole lot of contact. He's trying to keep this game as clean as possible.
Absolutely. So the long kick coming by Academia Gullit. Expect them to do sort of what we've seen them do a couple times now here early. Try to just boot it as far off as possible. Give their defenders plenty of time if Zapa ends up finding it and getting a handle on it. Now substitutions coming in for Academia Gullit.
Yeah, it's a couple subs up top for Academia. Trying to switch up, see if they can bring a little bit more speed, try and get in behind, be able to check your runs a little bit better, or if they try and just switch what they're trying to do offensively, make it a little bit more confusing for that Zapa backline.
And we've seen, could be a new sense of energy in the front field as this ball sails, gets intercepted by Zapa FC, gonna try to reset it, slow this ball down, and now sinking back is some of these Gullit defenders. This ball, once again, cross field, down to the far side. Zigging and zagging past midfield. And now with some extra space. Reset back to Devin Orozco. Orozco goes near side. And now far side, Miguel Grajeda. Grajeda tries to get one. Didn't seem to see where that ball was going, and now way high to the other side. The header, this one, a nasty hit as number 2 for Academia Gullit goes down. And he's luckily sitting up, but he is holding his head. Looking at that replay, so the cleat ends up getting high and just taking a hit to the face. Number 2 for Academia Gullit, and he is now luckily up on his feet, but that cannot feel good.
Yeah, you never want to get a boot to the face, I would say, Holden. Bicycle kick there, but putting your body on the line. Cup final, that's what you got to do.
We're going to be seeing physical athletic plays like that all game. And Montero escapes another Zapa SC possession without giving up the tie game. And now maybe a new sense of physicality in this game for both these teams, as escaping past center field. On the far side of Zapa FC, this one intercepted by goalie Montero. Montero, something to keep in mind, he's 2008 birth, which means that puts him 17 or 18 years old. So got some young players, old players all around, as Devin Orozco, another one of the young guys, on the near side, delivers this ball into playable range, handled well. Montero didn't bite, didn't let an opportunity come about for Academy of Gullit. Now it's Zapa. Once again, finding their way offensively. Nathan Campos with it now. Gives it back out to Christopher Camarera. This ball with some spin on it, sort of resetting their offense back to the far side with Daniel Peraza.
Yeah, and Zapa's done a good job of being able to switch the ball, switch the field of play, use the right flank and the left flank, moving it east to west here.
As you see, the mismanaged pass by Orozco means that Gullit, as the time being, has a handle on it, and now trying to beat his man, not able to get there. Joel Garcia able to take that ball away.
Garcia just turning on the afterburners there. First time we've really seen anyone get in some space with the ball to run onto, and he just outpaced the offensive player there. That's really exactly what Zapa's going to need defensively. If they can do that, they're going to be in good standing, it feels like.
Could not agree more, as this ball trying to get it back to Christopher Camarera, the captain for the Zapa FC squad. Luckily able to keep a handle on it after that ball bounced around. And now some angry arms here on that left flank. Trying to break through is Jacob Peraza. Peraza delivers a long one. That ball just barely tips the top bar. And a sigh of relief for Montero as he went sky high to make sure that ball could not find twine.
Yeah, just a little chip over the top. Not sure if that was exactly supposed to be a shot, but it was a shot at the end of the day. Tips off the clips off the top of the crossbar. I mean, Zapa, they're really having their way offensively right now.
And as you saw by that replay, I mean, nearly a perfectly placed ball on what we thought was too far of a shot. And we've seen some of those far shots before. And now it's like Academia trying to return the favor, delivers that ball into the box. And Zapa FC trying to find their way defensively. Daniel Peraza able to slow this ball down. Now this one goes open lane for Miguel Gajeda. This one slips in, and it's a goal and a tie game here in Biola University.
And just a taste of their own strategy for Academia. Ball over the top, clip it over the goalkeeper. That's a hell of a finish. Use the inside of your boot. Just place that perfectly into the corner. Tie game holding. We've got one heck of a ball game here at Biola.
So Miguel Grajeda matches it, 3 goals, 3 assists in regular season games, and now in what'll be their final playoff game. So he just had, again, it's been a game of space in this one, and we've seen some of these fast breaks and just defensive collapses by both back fronts for both these teams, really.
And for Zapa, storming back into the game like this, I mean, this is a team in Academia that's been on the back foot now for 15-ish minutes. That's how frustration builds in you. Now, how can you trick them into, clipping you, making some fouls? How do you force them into tough situations, get them a couple yellow cards, right? That's how you can take your advantage here. Play the mind game here of this beautiful game.
100%. Sun a little hidden now. This ball put in a good spot for number 11 for Academia. Now just some nice footwork. I mean, Zapa FC, if they can deliver a long one, they have some attackers in stride as this ball just poorly driven into opposing territory, and now FC has to try to find their way back to get another opportunity like we saw just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, and just missing the hold-up play up front. I mean, really well done to break out of the press that's coming from Academia. If you can break out of that press, you got plenty of space to run with. You saw it there a few minutes ago. I mean, plenty of space here even.
So plenty of space to run with indeed. Story of the game is this ball sails out of bounds.
And I wonder, Holden, you know, how does the physical battle of this game start to come into play a little bit more? 26, nearly 27 minutes into this game. That's when you start to see some of those chippy fouls coming in, some of that frustration building for either one of these sides. And sometimes that's the thing that makes the difference in a game that's tight like this.
Yeah, and if this game remains tight, expect to see a lot more physicality and a lot more aggression, especially coming on the offensive sides for both these teams. I mean, luckily, a lot of these teams able to sort of stay out of trouble, but especially for Academia Gullit, Christian Gonzalez has racked up his fair share of yellow cards throughout the regular season. Even for a team that's found so much success like Academia Gullit, I mean, tensions flare, and especially coming off 2 losses, I mean, you got a newfound sense of what's possible as this corner kick gets intercepted by Daniel Parasa as this ball goes long. So it could have been a nice heads-up play for Academia Gullit's offense. Doesn't end up panning out. It's back into the hands of goalkeeper Kevin Enriquez.
Yeah, nice boot through that. Nice little hit. Not able to get it on target, obviously, and force a save out of the Zapa FC goalkeeper, Hernandez. But, I mean, that's a good corner, good opportunity. See if you can build on that now.
Another shot, luckily right into the chest of Enriquez, who's been able to escape these back-to-back possessions, and now he's really got to hope this defensive line can just deliver a boot to put him back in scoring position. So, trying to get a handle on it is this defensive line. We'll reset back, and some stingy midfielders here for Academia Gullit, not letting this ball get too far out of opposing territory.
Yeah, Zapa just growing frustrated in the back. They're not able to find any space through the midfield like you talked about. You just give the ball away with a little boot, commit the foul. Now Academia, chance to try and build something here as they try and get it from the defensive unit to the midfield, see if they can switch it left to right across the field.
They're going to reset all the way back to goalkeeper Montero. The young buck gave up his second. Still a lot of game remaining. As Damian Orozco able to pick this ball off. Now Christopher Camarera. He's the offense you need at a point like this, as this ball just slips out of bounds.
Yeah, and if you're Zapa, you're giving a ball away up there, up in your attacking half. That's the place where you can give it away. You know, it allows you to reset your defensive unit. Now you've won it back around midfield. Take it slow, don't force it. I feel like they've been trying to force it here the past couple minutes since that equalizing goal.
As you just heard from Kevin Enriquez, if you caught that on the broadcast, it's been tough for him. He's yelling across his team, trying to get them to be able to set up their offense as he waits for his next opportunity. This one, once again, fighting for it, and a dangerous, costly turnover. We'll see if Miguel Crajera can get this ball back to his offense safely. Now fighting through busy intersection is Nathan Campos. This ball now on the far side slips out of bounds. And they're gonna let it switch to Academia Gullit.
Matthew Mendoza getting some frustration here.
And so a lane and a wide open one-on-one, number 9. He's gonna slow it down. Let's see if he can put anything up. He can't. So the defenders catch up. And now it's Zapa FC with a little bit increased pace. Trying to return the favor with a drive of their own. And Christopher Camarera is waiting in center. See if he can set up one of these outside attackers. This ball delivered far side. Striker with it. Finds Daniel Peraza. Peraza fighting through so much contact. Luckily got that ball away, and now it's Zapa FC this one, a bad little tip there means now having to reset all the way back. Now, once again, head full of team speed, wide open lane. This ball set up, the kick is high.
Beautiful build-up play holding. You get the ball around midfield, you got runners on your left, a runner on your right, and you're looking to your left and you just flip your hips, hit it to the right, so much space to run with. You get the cut back towards the penalty spot.
Make sure to check out our vendors.
It just barely goes over the bar. That is one huge opportunity for Academia that you have to take advantage of in a tight game.
Candy, chamoy, and so much
that's
more.
Such a tough one.
When you get a chance.
As an attacker, just missing that one slightly high in what was, truly one of the most well set up possessions. We could be seeing another one here. If Academia can stay hot with what they've been able to do offensively in these last 2 minutes. Now going far side, number 41 sets it back up to the point. This ball picked off. Now it's Christopher Camarera. Camarera, fancy footwork on the far side. Camarera's got to get this ball out. He's going to fall. Just not able to set up his offense.
And you just got to slow it down right there. It's a 3v1, and you're the one. You got to slow it down. You got to bring it back. Allow your team a chance to hold possession there. He does a good job trying to get through, and nearly does. But you've got to slow it down and allow your team an opportunity.
So facing some contact is Daniel Peraza. This defensive line tries to get back set. This ball barely tips. And oh my goodness, from our angle, it looked like that ball was going way high, but now an opportunity, the save! And kicked away. Henriquez survives. And what looked like 2 improbable goals coming at just mismatched angles.
And just putting the foot through it. Fantastic hit, but it was right at the goalkeeper, Hernandez, who stands tall in net, does everything he needs to do, gets it out for a corner, and now you just need your defensive unit to stand tall. Don't allow any free headers here in the box.
Absolutely, stand tall indeed. The corner kick incoming, and some contact in the box. This ball heads back. We're going to try this one again.
It'll be interesting to see here what Academia tries to do on this corner kick. We haven't seen any sort of set plays, anything taking it short, but you saw that corner was going straight towards the penalty spot, exactly where you want to aim for a corner kick to go. But how can you get a runner onto it? How can you get a little bit of movement towards it to allow yourself to put something on it, put something through it, and actually have a shot at putting some power on?
Absolutely. So it finds in safely. Gullit, smart reset back to the far wing. This ball delivered to center, and the miss kick in the far shot is not going to do it for Academia.
Yeah, it bounces out to a good space there, right outside the 18-yard box on the right side. You're just trying to put a little bit of swaz on it, use the outside of that right boot, but unable to really get it really anywhere dangerous to threaten Hernandez's goal.
Kickoff coming. See if Zapa starts to slow this down as we pass the 35-minute mark. Score tied 2-2. This ball out to the near side to Jacob Peraza.
Peraza been impressive today. I've noticed a lot of how he's just being able to hold the ball up, being really smart with the ball here on this right side, and it's allowed this right side really to be where Zapa has thrived. This is where they've been able to build their best opportunities. And you wonder, bring it out to that left side a little bit and see if you can find a little bit more space on this right side, and maybe that's how you create one of those high opportunity chances.
Yeah, we've seen nearly all our goals coming on that left flank as Zapa just really not a great pass. And now able to slow down this ball is Academia. escapes. Zapa able to reset. So Nathan Campos comes out of nowhere, tracks down that ball. Zapa with a chance to take the lead. If you told me early that Zapa would be able to sort of halter this offense when we were 10 minutes in and Academia was up early, I don't know if I would have believed you. But now it's Academia's turn. And once again, falling behind, getting it tied up as this offense sort of remains stagnant, trying to catch up with it. And kicked out by Nathan Campos. The throw in, going deep, right into Zapa FC. Defense holds up for the time being. This ball delivered far off the chest. Offensive opportunity as this one's kicked high. And Kevin Enriquez is on it.
And you've seen the target man up front there multiple times for this Academia team. They've been able to get the ball into him. It's just that first touch that has let him down a couple times. If he puts a good first touch from his chest down to his foot, and doesn't really allow that to bounce up high towards his chest again, he's going to be able to get a nice shot there on goal.
So it's Miguel Grajeda, passes that one out. He's got a goal on the day. Jacob Peraza is going to reset back to goalkeeper Enriquez.
Really end-to-end here, Holden. We haven't seen the ball really be held up by a defensive unit trying to build it slowly out of the back. It's been get the ball forward quickly, see if you can use some pace to your advantage, get it outside onto the wing really for both of these teams. I wonder, slow it down a little bit and then you go quickly with some tempo, some tiki-taka, right? That's how you can create something more unique for this defensive team, for each of these teams defensively to look at and create something that they're not sure exactly what to expect from you. Make it difficult for them because so far it's been far too easy to predict.
Yeah, very, very predictable. I think something also to keep in mind, we're 38 minutes in. Neither of these teams has taken any of their timeouts. This game has just been non-stop, especially with slim substitutions too. We'll see how that impacts some of this offense as this ball rolls center. No angle on that one means Enriquez can just watch it fly by.
It's out for a throw near the corner there. Zapa going to try and have to, figure out a way to get this to feet and clear it quickly. This is a tough situation to have a throw in, especially if Academia presses the way that we have seen them press, aggressively, man-to-man, not allowing any space to clear.
So the throw in after the header right into the chest of Zapa FC. Now heading over the other way to throw in is Damon Orozco. Pardon, he's going to give it here to Quinn Fry. Important member of this midfielder group. It's this ball. High. Going to have to reset it back again to Joel Garcia. He puts this one back to Fry. And Fry trying to find Grajeda. Ball just a little off target.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on that. If you take a little bit of the pace off that pass, that's right into the feet of your striker. You're gonna have a one-on-one opportunity with the goalie.
So Joel Garcia gets a little bit under number 42 for Academia Gullit. This ball goes high. So we've seen a couple of those far out strikeouts, or far out strikes from probably 30, 40 yards out. What point in this game do you think they're really going to start settling into their offense and try to build something from the ground up? Both these teams just seemed like a little bit off throughout these last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think antsy is the word that I would use, Holden. It feels like they're a little bit antsy to try and get the lead in this game. I almost think it's the type of thing where you talk to each other at halftime when you're able to, be a cohesive unit and discuss what do we need to do better here, and you come out in the second half and that's where that starts to become something to talk about.
So Zapa FC in transition. See if they can make something worth. Here's Devin Orozco trying to chase after it. He's going to maintain possession. So we haven't seen too much on offense after Zapa FC had that stunner goal earlier. If you're just tuning in, Zapa FC facing off against Academia Gullit here, 2-2 game, passing the 41-minute mark. And Zapa just continuing to find not much here in offense. Now in space, back line does their job. So trying to take it past midfield, Joel Garcia with some extra space. That ball kicked off and out of bounds. So Zapa FC gets the throw in opposing territory. This ball, trying to get it to Mendoza. Slipped out. They're going to say it's off on Mendoza. Academia going the other way.
A really important 3-ish minutes here, Holden, for both these teams before the half. I'd expect both these teams to attack hard, press hard, try and find your way in behind the defensive units. And defensively, you just got to stand strong. Don't let them get in behind. Keep them in front of you. Stay goal side of your offensive player.
Exactly. Trying to catch up with it. The trip on number 11 for Academia means Zapa FC is going to stick with it for now. And Mahal, Brett Freeman Cup, living up to the hype here. The stands are pretty full of fans from both teams. Not too much true aggression yet from what we've seen. Very few pauses in game, but as this game continues with trippages like that, I mean, it's going to be a long next 45 minutes.
Yeah, both teams just being smart in terms of not allowing any fouls and keeping your body there. Good tackle there defensively. It's just how can you stay strong? How can you not commit fouls and allow free kicks where a team can set up something, whether it's a penalty, worst case scenario, or even just a free kick in a dangerous position even like this. This is a position where you just float across towards the back post, see if you can put a head on it, get it across the goal, across the 6-yard box, see if you can just tap it home, or you head it on goal and you got another opportunity.
Well, it could be another opportunity imminent for Zapa FC after a heads-up play by Joel Garcia. Keeps the ball with the white jerseys. Having a discussion with refs. Here past center field. Starting out with it is Quinn Fry.
And a free kick just off center to the left. Good opportunity for Fry to just float something, like I said, to the back post. You see everyone lining up on the 18-yard box, run in behind, find some space.
Quinn Fry delivers one. And the header by Academia means Zapa's going to have to reset after what's really been their best offensive opportunity these last 10 minutes. Not necessarily squandered there, but now just another shot as we pass the halfway point in this game. Tie game between Zapa FC and Academia Gullit.
Yeah, we've seen it really be a momentum-based game so far. First 10 minutes, Academia really controlling this game, doing everything they want to do. Next 20-ish, Zapa really controlling it, and then since then, 15-ish minutes of Academia controlling it more so, but it's been more back and forth for these past 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's just been back and forth. No team really has been able to fully structure their offense the way that they'd like. I think something you're also looking at is Academia just not really used to this much pressure offensively. I mean, they've only given up 16 goals, only scored 14, and that's in regular season play. I mean, it looks a little different when you start looking at playoffs. They've done very well at that, especially after those 2 legs against AMSG Elite. That ball, a little bit in dangerous territory. Academia is going to have a chance to make some work offensively. This ball, well redirected, but off to the right as Kevin Enriquez falls a bit early. And that ball, if angled a little bit better, could have snuck in.
Yeah, flag went up there as well, so offside, but that's the space that Academia has been wanting to take advantage of all day. Find that space for that striker to get in behind. You see them sort of sitting in a 4-4-2 right now, where you have 2 strikers, one on the right, one on the left, and their striker, number 11 here in black, has been really good. Their captain, You just look, can he get that first touchdown cleanly, and can he get his foot through it? Because we've seen once, maybe twice, when he puts his foot through it, he has the power to be able to slap it home past Hernandez.
Yeah, I'm looking at Gonzalez, Castro, and those key attackers that have had a lot of opportunities so far in this one. And now chasing after it. Zapa's going to get a defensive handle for the time being, and the call comes in. And Zapa FC survives defensively. We're seeing some of our first stoppages of the game as we officially have hit 45 minutes on the dot. Noah Hall, anything to say about that yellow card?
I mean, just back off the ball, right? That's not what you want to do, right? You're just standing in front of the free kick there. It's in their own defensive half. It's maybe 5 yards from the byline. Just step off the ball. There's no reason to get a yellow card here in this cup final. You cannot go down to 10 men. That is absolute worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario, especially in this game that's sort of been slow moving these last couple minutes. I mean, last thing you want is your team to have an advantage. We find it's 2-2 at the half. So it's been a great first half of action here at Biola University, covering the Southwest Premier League Cup final. Starting off with the Freeman Cup, 2-2 between Zapa FC and Academia Gullit. We'll be back for our second half of action in just a few moments, so don't go anywhere here on Unity View TV. Our mic's off.
Unity View TV delivers broadcast quality live streams and cinematic recordings that turn events into unforgettable memorabilia. From instant replays and live graphics to professional commentary and multi-camera coverage, we bring the power of a full television broadcast in a portable, affordable setup tailored to your event. Unity View TV, we showcase drama.
You still have those windows. Loud, drafty, expensive. It's time for an upgrade. Upgrade your life. Starbridge builds every window and door to fit your home. Measured, designed, custom built, perfect fit, quiet, energy efficient. Not from a shelf. Stop settling. Go custom. Starbridge windows and doors. Get your free quote today.
Hi, my name is Alex Mendoza. I'm one of the CEOs and co-founders of Starbridge Windows and Doors. We started this business in 2015 with the help of my wife, Betty, and Luis Mendoza. We've been around since 2015, and we do manufacturing windows and doors in-house. We come out to your home for free, a free estimate same day if possible, and we provide a 100% full service with the installations. We build everything from cutting glass to putting all the insulated units together. We also provide bifolds, casements, arch windows, French doors, trapezoids, and anything out there that we can that's actually in the market. We are a one-stop shop here at Starbridge Windows and Doors. We are here to provide excellence to your home.
I never thought my old shower could look this clean.
Imagine coming home from a hard day of work and walking into a sparkling clean home. Get ready for a cleaning team that cleans more deeply, takes more time, and truly cares. Happy Home Helpers is the #1 rated cleaning service in Las Vegas with thousands of happy customers and hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google. Call today or click the link below to get a free quote.
Okay, so for you people that say to me, I don't want to touch my first mortgage, I've got a 4% rate, I've got a 3.5% rate, whatever it is, you don't want to touch your first. I understand that, but you need cash out. whether that's for home improvements, tuition for your son, daughter, whatever the case may be. Let's look at a closed-end second for you. We've got fixed rates, variable rates, lots of different options for you to qualify for these now. The rates are low on these closed-end seconds. I encourage you, reach out now. You're absolutely going to like what you see. It's a great way to not touch that first mortgage, get you that second mortgage, and get you the money you need to take care of your business.
Kaylani dropped her self-titled project. Kaylani, executive produced by Chris Riddick. Shout out to you. If you haven't checked out that interview, make sure to tap in with that on Engineers. This is probably my favorite release of the year so far. I want more upbeat R&B that could be played in multiple different settings. Like, I want a versatile R&B album, and it's hard to do because there's so many different sounds and different vibes in R&B. I think this album is perfect for 2026. It gives me Keisha Cole vibes. She's obviously from Oakland. This is a year plus in the making. Cole did spark this. We saw something that worked, and he hasn't went into this more traditional R&B bag yet. Like, she's growing and wanting to put out a more mature R&B project, and this feels fitting of where she's at. Knocked it out the park. I love it.
Yeah, and especially when you look at the features, Wayne, Clips, Brandy, Missy Elliott, like definitely working with people that she admires. It looks like she was picking up people that she was inspired by and grew up on them.
I really liked how visible Chris Riddick was throughout this rollout. Producers being able to like remotely work with people and not always being in the studio. We've kind of lost these people being like cultural figures that you know what they look like. But like to see Chris sitting next to her during the Apple interview, I was like, this is dope because this is truly a duo. If you want to make an album of this stature, you need a team.
I think this is probably going to be R&B album of the year. You know, it's going to be really, really hard to beat.
Vegas locals and anyone who's traveling to Vegas, come join our charcuterie workshop where you can build your own platter and take it home. You're gonna be welcomed with a bunch of food. So delicious. We also have drinks for you guys waiting with ice, different types of water that you can enjoy in the beginning before we start teaching the class. Now, where all the fun happens, welcome in our kitchen, where you will be welcomed with your own spot, your own choice of platter or box, and everything is already ready for you guys. All you have to do is come hungry and ready to be creative.
You guys just found the most authentic Knafeh in LA, and right now we're gonna show you our top 3 most ordered flavors. And coming in at number 3, we have the walnut churro. First step is we're gonna put the gutted, which is the rose syrup. And now we're gonna top it off with the walnut, cinnamon, and brown sugar. And then next, we're gonna top that off with some Biscoff cream. And then lastly, a dollop of Biscoff cookies straight in the center. And coming in at number 2 is our Kinder Crunch. We top this off with Kinder white chocolate. And now we drizzle some chocolate on that. And lastly, we give it that crunch. And coming in at number 1, you guys already knew it, it's our classic traditional Knafeh. So the first step on this is we put the gutted, which is the rose syrup. And lastly, we put a scoop of raw pistachios in the center. You know what they say, the best things in life are simple. You don't gotta travel to get a taste of the Middle East. Habibi, come to Corner Knafeh. Tag a friend in the comments. We'll see you guys soon.
Unity View TV delivers broadcast quality live streams and cinematic recordings that turn events into unforgettable memorabilia. From instant replays and live graphics to professional commentary and multi-camera coverage, we bring the power of a full television broadcast in a portable, affordable setup tailored to your event. Unity View TV, we showcase drama. View TV delivers broadcast quality live streams and cinematic recordings that turn events into unforgettable memorabilia. From instant replays and live graphics to professional commentary and multi-camera coverage, we bring the power of a full television broadcast in a portable, affordable setup tailored to your event. Unity View TV, we showcase drama.
You still have those windows. Loud, drafty, expensive. It's time for an upgrade. Upgrade your life. Starbridge builds every window and door to fit your home. Measured, designed, custom built, perfect fit, quiet, energy efficient. Not from a shelf. Stop settling. Go custom. Starbridge windows and doors. Get your free quote today.
Hi, my name is Alex Mendoza. I'm one of the CEOs and co-founders of Starbridge Windows and Doors. We started this business in 2015 with the help of my wife, Betty, and Luis Mendoza. We've been around since 2015, and we do manufacturing windows and doors in-house. We come out to your home for free, a free estimate same day if possible, and we provide a 100% full service with the installations. We build everything from cutting glass to putting all the insulated units together. We also provide bifolds, casements, arch windows, French doors, trapezoids, and anything out there that we can that's actually in the market. We are a one-stop shop here at Starbridge Windows and Doors. We are here to provide excellence to your home.
I never thought my old shower could look this clean.
Imagine coming home from a hard day of work and walking into a sparkling clean home. Get ready for a cleaning team that cleans more deeply, takes more time, and truly cares. Happy Home Helpers is the #1 rated cleaning service in Las Vegas with thousands of happy customers and hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google. Call today or click the link below to get a free quote.
Okay, so for you people that say to me, I don't want to touch my first mortgage, I've got a 4% rate, I've got a 3.5% rate, whatever it is, you don't want to touch your first. I understand that, but you need cash out. Whether that's for home improvements, tuition for your son, daughter, whatever the case may be, let's look at a closed-end second for you. We've got fixed rates, variable rates, lots of different options for you to qualify for these now. The rates are low on these closed-end seconds. I encourage you, reach out now. You're absolutely going to like what you see. It's a great way to not touch that first mortgage, get you that second mortgage, and get you the money you need to take care of your business.
Kaylani dropped her self-titled project. Kaylani, executive produced by Chris Riddick Tynes. Shout out to you. If you haven't checked out that interview, make sure to tap in with that on Engineers. This is probably my favorite release of the year so far. I want more upbeat R&B that could be played in multiple different settings. Like, I want a versatile R&B album, and it's hard to do because there's so many different sounds and different vibes in R&B. I think this album is perfect for 2026. It gives me Keisha Cole vibes. She's obviously from Oakland. This is a year plus in the making. Folded sparked this. We saw something that worked, and he hasn't went into this more traditional R&B bag yet. Like, she's growing and wanting to put out a more mature R&B project, and this feels fitting of where she's at. Knocked it out the park. I love it.
Yeah, and especially when you look at the features, Wayne, Clips, Brandy, Missy Elliott, like definitely working with people that she admires. It looks like she was picking up people that she was inspired by and grew up on them.
I really liked how visible Chris Riddick Tynes was throughout this rollout. Producers being able to remotely work with people and not always being in the studio. We've kind of lost these people being cultural figures that you know what they look like. But to see Chris sitting next to her during the Apple interview, I was like, this is dope because this is truly a duo. If you want to make an album of this stature, you need a team.
I think this is probably going to be R&B album of the year. It's going to be really, really hard to beat.
Vegas locals and anyone who's traveling to Vegas, come join our charcuterie workshop where you can build your own platter and take it home. You're gonna be welcomed with a bunch of food. So delicious. We also have drinks for you guys waiting with ice, different types of water that you can enjoy in the beginning before we start teaching the class. Now, where all the fun happens, welcome in our kitchen, where you will be welcomed with your own spot, your own choice of platter or box, and everything is already ready for you guys. All you have to do is come hungry and ready to be creative.
So we're back here for the second half of action at Biola University for the SoCal Premier League Cup Final. The Brett Freeman Cup. Second half coming up between Zapa FC and Academy Gullit. My name is Holden Buckley, walking you through the action here with Mahal Domingo Manderson, my color commentator. So Mahal, based on that first half, really, what are you expecting to see from this second?
Yeah, I mean, it was two teams that really sort of went through spells of themselves, each, having their form, doing what they want to do offensively. Looking at Zapa specifically, Matthew Mendoza is a guy that we expected to really be involved in this game, but he really wasn't able to find his footing, so I'm getting a little bit frustrated midway through that first half. I would expect him to see if he can get the ball. Maybe he has to track back a little bit further, maybe he has to come a little bit wider, but I expect him to find some space, go one-on-one, attack defenders. I expect him to have a big moment here in the second half.
Big moments indeed coming up. This last 45 seconds really decides who has registration to the USASA Region 4 tournament. Again, I'll keep mentioning it, that chance to head to the National Amateur Cup. Both these teams, fan bases across Southern California. I mean, we've seen it a lot from Academy Gullit. I mean, they have nearly 4,000 followers on Instagram. A lot of following and a lot of hype for this team these last couple of years, and for good reason. SoCal Premier League, UPSL D1 champions. Zapa FC are the SoCal Premier League second division champs. Now 15 seconds in, first couple possessions, probably gonna see it go in Academy of Gullit's favor. We got some new players in for them, and resetting back to Matthew Mendoza. Zapa FC finds a way to get a handle on it. Now it's back line led by Jacob Peraza.
And that was better from Matthew Mendoza. He tracked back a little bit, was able to hold the ball up track and just drop it into his teammate. That's more of what he's got to do, just retain possession. Don't force it forward. If you got to go backwards, you got to go backwards, and you live with that.
100% is going down here hard. Can't spot who is down at this current moment, but taking a tough fall. We'll let him get up. He's holding his left ankle. That was number 6. I'm trying to spot who that was. That was Alexis Padilla, one of those key attackers. And this ball pops around for a bit, finds the foot of Miguel Grajeda. Had one of those stunner goals that we saw in the first half.
And Zapa just trying to force it upfield a little bit too much. You got one guy up there against 2-3 defenders. Just slow it down. Allow yourself to keep possession. That's how they started the first half. They started the second half in that way. You just got to settle in, relax, be yourselves, play the way that you want to play. That doesn't involve forcing the ball into defenders.
So it's Noah Theo who caught up with that ball. Now it's with Jacob Peraza going in. Damon Orozco with it now. He passes to the far side field as trying to set up for their first possession is Miguel Grajeda, unable to corral that ball in. So, I mean, on all 4 of those goals that we saw in the first half, I mean, all of them were either set up on the fast break like we're seeing now. This ball can't find too much of anything. The Henrique is going to reset. Yeah, all those goals were either set up on the fast break or just on really well-designed play calls on balls set perfectly into center. And now Zapa, if they're able to get some speed on this ball, that's Miguel Grajeda. Some nice ball movement, gets taken away though by the Academia defense. And now a quick transition going coast to coast is Academia. And this ball, just a lot of guys, midfielders and defenders, hanging around center. It's not going to end up doing too much as Academia, led by Alexis Padilla, who went down with that right ankle injury a bit ago. He's walking around seemingly now just fine.
It was a really nice play from Zapa to get that through the pressure. Coming in from Academia, switch it to that right side. Now you've got plenty of space to work with, some numbers to your advantage. You got to use it to your advantage now. Like, slow it down here. You just find what you need to do. And if you got to slow it down, that's all right. But ultimately, that tempo is where they've really been able to find their groove and see if they can pick up their tempo. Quick passes to work it into the box here.
Absolutely. Peraza's got to find a couple outlet passes. Luckily finds Mendoza on the far side. Mendoza gets a little bit pulled there. They're going to call that one. So now Zapa FC with the chance to take the lead. We're 5 minutes into the second half. And what was sort of a stunning first 10 minutes. Getting into that 3-4 goal mark. And since then, both offenses just remain stagnant. And this crowd ready to see another big one coming, possibly at the hands of Christopher Camara, the captain, to bring it back into play.
Dangerous position here for a free kick, Colden. It's a really good crossing opportunity for the back post.
The free kick finds the header. That one off the top crossbar. And that top crossbar has just been the story of the game. That's the third one that we've seen tip the top part and fly off, but the accuracy off the head by Zapa FC just can't get there.
Yeah, the cross goes into the back post. You hit it sort of at the edge there of the 6-yard box, pardon, and you just try and whip it, head it across, float it to the back post. Nearly gets there, like you said, off the top of the crossbar. But that's why Academia, you cannot give up a free kick in a position like that.
So now it's Academia heading the other way after they nearly, very closely escaped that last one, and now Zapa FC has to find a way to get back a little bit on defense without ceding anything too easy. Another free kick coming for Zapa FC.
See what they can do with this one. A little bit too central for you to try and whip it to one of the posts specifically, but maybe just slightly off to the right enough where they can try and curl something towards that back post. See if you can do what Zapa just did on the other end and see if you can head it across goal and create something that way.
So the aggression on ball means that we're exchanging free kicks. Academia looking to take the lead at the 51-minute mark. The free kick up and high, but another close one as both free kicks come up empty.
And Holden, just watching them set up, it looked like it was too far out for a free kick for that to be a shot, but he tries to be Cristiano himself and nearly gets that to knuckle into the top corner there. That is one heck of a hit. Just nearly gets it, and that's something that they have to be able to pull out of their pocket. Zapa's going to have to be very careful in terms of free kicks that they don't give away.
Absolutely. It seems like something's imminent. It's that one missed by Ortega. So now it's Grajeda heading the other way in transition. That ball bounces around. And now with some open space, trying to get that ball away. That's the last person you want with it, Alex Padilla. Padilla working in transition. That ball gets given away. Padilla almost got a foot on it. Now it's Rivera. Rivera, big man making space. And that one on target, but right into the hands of Enriquez.
And we've seen that shot come out from him a couple times. He was the guy that took that free kick. And that was a really nice job by him to pick up that ball in the midfield, bring it forward, get closer to the box in a space where you can take a shot and take that shot. A little bit too easy for the goalkeeper there to get his hands on it, but that's the right idea from Academia. They're really switching up how they're attacking, and it's making it difficult for Zapa to defend.
Difficult indeed. The call is made, and a yellow card coming in. One of the few really physical moments that we've seen so far into this one, despite the tight scoring affair.
And the referee just not letting anything go here. He doesn't want this game to at all get out of hand, too physical. He knows that in a cup final like this, it has the potential to do that. So he hands the yellow card there out early here in the second half, and you really just set the tone for what you're going to do as the referee. Too much contact, you're going in the book. That's what he's saying here.
Absolutely. Expect to see some more calls like that later on. Both these teams fighting for their spot in the USASA Regional. Jacob Peraza kicks it up. Defender goes down. And they're going to give another call here.
Yeah, you could say that one's maybe a little bit soft, but that's what he's been doing all day. A little bit of contact, something that could potentially go as a foul. He's given it as a foul, and goes against the Zapa right there. But for Academia, that's exactly what you need. They're starting to go forward. They're starting to put a little bit of pressure on you. Well, that's how you get out of it. You win the foul. Maybe you go down a little bit easy, but that's what you got to do. Now you get a chance to bring this ball forward, see if you can create something on a long ball.
So it's Rivera. A long ball from his own side. This ball high and well placed. Zapa FC on top of it for the time being. This one now looking to head the other way, seating it out. This ball going high once again. Now it's Zapa just trying to remain consistent on defense, pardon. Is this ball taken away by Camarera?
Yeah, the opportunity to turn there and see if you could get something going. Had some numbers going forward, unable to bring that first touchdown, but now they got this on this left flank. Can they get in behind and get across it?
That's the quick feet of Nathan Campos, finding all the way to the corner. A little bit of confusion. Campos goes down holding his knee. What looked like a non-contact injury. Standing up and walking it off. Now it's throwing time into Christopher Camarera. Camarera backs off of it. Roscoe's going to send it, and then we're seeing sort of a bunched up offense. You'd hope to get some of these wings a little bit more active to try to make it so it's not all, it's tough to get out of this. Here, Jacob Peraza. Peraza goes right into the back of the Academia defender, and this ball seems like it's nearly dead here. Goes sky high and out of bounds. And Academia comes up defensively. After Zapa FC could just not get anything happening on that left flank.
Yeah, and similar to the first half, we saw a really solid 10 minutes for Academia. They've slowed down a little bit here, though, Zapa, as they've been able to hold the possession a little bit in that attacking half. See how Academia can break out of that, see if they can, if it's slowing it down, if it's finding a long ball, if it's switching the ball to this left flank. We've seen it here on this near side quite often here in the second half. You got to just switch the point of attack.
Yeah, we'll see how this offense is able to adjust. And going all the way to the other side flat. This kick intercepted by Damon Orozco. Now Zapa's heading the other way. So going coast to coast. Inside and taken away once again by Rivera. Rivera just needs to find a way to slow this down. Goes behind the back for a brief moment. Gets tripped over as the physicality coming from Grajeda means this ball is going to stay with Zapa FC.
Yeah, it's really well done by Zapa to win that ball back, not letting Academia out of their defensive half, making it really difficult for them to build out and get forward. It's a really nice high press from them. We'll see if they can get something out of that high press other than just that throw-in.
This kick into the defender. But now is De La Cruz. We've seen him get a little bit more active in this second half. I mean, I think if there's anybody that you look to sort of have that energetic presence on the attacking end, it's him. And now Miguel Grajeda gets pushed down, and crowd wants a foul on that one. Arguing his case. We'll look at the replay.
Just a really nice elastico from him to get that past the two defenders. He sort of sandwiched, was never going to get onto the end of that ball, which is why the referee ultimately doesn't blow it. But the contact was there to potentially call that a foul. Would have been a little bit harsh, though.
Yeah, this audience not happy with that no call after the big trip, and now trying to make it up is Grajeda. Could have been a Cinderella story as this one nearly tips in once again. On the dive by Montero, win early. And once again, it's a game of angles, and that one off to the left.
Yeah, he just cuts the ball across the top of the box there onto his right foot. Goes a little bit too far for him to be able to find anything on the near post, but tries to sneak it into that far post and nearly does.
Nearly does indeed. Christopher Camarera, this one pushed over, and there's the call. So Camarera goes down. The team captain takes the fall for the team, and Zapa FC now with a chance.
And Holden, I mean, that's as clear cut as it gets. Gets past him, foot stuck out, gets tripped over. Really nicely done to win that by Matthew Mendoza in the box. And I said he was going to have an impact on the second half. He has his impact there, and now it's about, can Zapa finish this off? They have had a fantastic game since the first 10-ish minutes of this ball game, and now they're seeing if they can be rewarded with the lead for the first time today.
Zapa, I would definitely consider them the underdogs here. They're happy that they've been sticking around against this very, very competitive Academia team, especially coming up the way they have. It's like a high-scoring early affair. Now, a penalty kick at the foot of Mendoza. Mendoza backs off. Montero, a chance to prove himself within the net. Mendoza. The kick as the whistle sounds. This one up, and it's good! Goal by number 7, Matthew Mendoza.
Wins the penalty himself and says, I got this one, guys. Putting you guys on my back. Steps up right-footed, as perfect as it gets with a penalty. Bottom left corner, nothing the goalie can do. Slots it home. 3-2 lead for Zapa FC, and they deserve it, you would say, Holden.
Deserving it indeed, especially after that no-call trip. I mean, that's just, you couldn't write it up any better.
And it's been this left flank, Holden, time and time again. You talk about the trip there multiple times where they have just come in, attack defenders one-on-one, one-on-two, and you just find your way to win it. And now, can they double their lead and really try and put this game away?
So Joel Garcia faced some contact. Fans here weren't necessarily happy about that no call either, and now it's Academia heading the other way. This one intercepted early. Now on the far side, left flank of the field, crossing in. And just, again, trying to get in formation. Now it's Academia with some pressure here to just try to put a couple more on the board. I mean, this is the team that you see a lot of the fans here coming out to support. Our own broadcast crew doing fully in Spanish, just a couple rows behind us. So Zapa FC able to come away defensively, trying to stay on top of it. Picked off by the defender, and a couple not so great passes means the long kick out with a chance in transition for Mendoza to try to put up his second. He's all alone out there. He gets this ball away, but still Mendoza able to get it a bit closer. Nathan Campos. Give and go between him and his winger. All the way back out. This one intercepted. Throw in for Academia on a quick Transition from offense to defense for number 36 for Academia. This ball sky high. See what can happen. Going behind. And a near Sports Center highlight coming for Alex Chavez if he was able to get his foot around.
Yeah, just a really nice job to bring this pass down with his chest. Takes another touch to evade the defender. Tries to spin around. Thought he was going to bike it, but he goes for the volley, and he just leans back a little bit too far to sky that over the bar. But a really good opportunity for them. And that's a guy, Alex Chavez. Circle his name on your sheet, on your roster, because he has shown that he has the ability to win the ball with his size advantage there in the box. And that first touch with that chest, if he can do that again, he's going to have an opportunity to equalize this ball game.
Absolutely, and we're seeing many of the substitutions that have came in were for Academia, so Zapa FC nearly with all their starters still in the mix here. So now they got to start thinking about how energy levels are with only 35 minutes left, 25 minutes left in this game.
And for Academia, you just got to figure out how can you grow into this game, right? How can you find your footing? They've been forcing it a little bit. They've been able to utilize this right side, but how do you utilize the entire field?
Bad kick into center, pushed away. Look at the foot, almost there, but not, and still alive. The crowd would have loved to see a tie game at the foot of that driver from the far wing.
Just beautiful play there. Bring it into Chavez, put the cross on. He just chests it down to his teammate, who puts his foot through it and nearly beats Kevin Hernandez. But they win themselves a corner, a good opportunity to try and equalize this game.
Great opportunity indeed. This one, first touch by Zapa, it's going to go back out of bounds.
That corner just a little bit too close towards the middle, towards the front post. You got to get that a little bit more on it. Put it towards the back post. See if you can have a teammate push that back across the 6-yard box.
We'll see what this one has in store. It goes far, and now it's a game of catch-up. Zapa FC trying to stay on it. And they do.
Yeah, Mendoza does a really good job there to use his body, shield it. He's either winning a foul or that's going out for a goal kick. He wins it for his teammate. He's had a solid second half on this left side, which Zapa has used pretty much exclusively. See if they can utilize that right side to try and create something different, and then see if Mendoza can get on the end of a cross.
So, tripping in center field. No anger coming here from this crowd as Academia not happy with that one. That card is given out. Pardon, just a stoppage. Zapa FC with another chance to extend their lead. The long kick. Mendoza is there. He's able to pluck this ball out of the air, and it's going to go back to goalkeeper Montero. So Montero, big leg, out into opposing territory. Through the legs of Joel Garcia. It means that a shot at trying to tie this game. De La Cruz couldn't stay on top of that ball. And the diving save to keep this ball alive by Joel Garcia. We're getting that ball through the legs. He's not happy as we're gonna look at another stoppage here. So Mahal, we got 22 minutes left. And what's been sort of a stunning game from the start. I mean, early scores, Zapa ties it up on the penalty. What's gonna be the thing that pushes one of these teams over the edge? And for Zapa, how do they hold on to this lead?
I mean, you've seen Academia really been able to grow into the second half, right? Been able to hold possession here, been able to create some opportunities. Almost feels like a goal is coming for them with the way that they're attacking right now. For Zapa, it's get the ball, slow it down, hold possession, and just extinguish some of this momentum that Academia is gaining.
Slow it down. Alex Chavez sets himself up by the goalpost. If he's able to get this ball, it's going to be dangerous. Now headed outside. This ball tipped. Nearly able to put it away was De La Cruz. De La Cruz just a little bit off, trying to do what his partner in crime Chavez was trying. As Chavez tries to keep it, De La Cruz again. This crowd's going crazy, and it's good. Tie game here in Viola, and the crowd is loving it, and they wave it off, stunned into silence. Have to wonder what is going on. The refs waving this goal off, and confusion for both players and refs. They're going to start giving out some cards here.
You saw 36 for Academia go right over to the assistant. They call the yellow card there. Or they call, sorry, the handball there in the box. Wave off the goal. Academia thought they had equalized. And now the tensions hold in. They go from, 50%, they're at 150% now. This is it. This is going to be a fantastic game here going down the stretch.
And this is where I want to see some anger. I mean, especially down 1, and you're not able to get that goal, fans not happy. You have to be able to find and utilize that anger as Chavez on top of this one. You said it before, he's the guy that needs to be circled in the roster as someone who has the opportunity to tie this game up.
Yeah, and for Zapa, if you hold possession, you are going to frustrate this Academia team. And that sometimes is that gamesmanship that is going to win you these games. Force them into a position where they're going to commit the foul they don't want to do, like right there, and you get a yellow card, you potentially get a red card later in this game. That's exactly what you got to do.
So yellow cards flying within these last 2 minutes. And this is what we were sort of expecting coming down the stretch. Cards given out, everybody gathered to support their teammates on the far side of the field.
Yeah, just too much of a tackle there. You go in flying as a midfielder, you're gonna get a yellow card each and every time for that. You've got to be smart with what you do. You cannot make dumb decisions. You cannot get a yellow card, especially if you're in this midfield, because that's going to limit what you can do defensively. Ultimately, right, you've got to stay away from the red cards, and that starts with staying away from the yellow cards. You've got to stay 11 on 11 this entire game. That's the only way, if you're Academia, you're going to be able to get into this game. You're going to be able to hold momentum, hold possession, and get into a space where you're going to be able to score a goal. And right now, for Zapa, it's can you bait them into it, right? There is frustration in this Academia midfield, in this Academia team. Bait them into a foul they don't want to commit. It's how you're going to be able to win this game, right?
Got to hold on to possession for Zapa here on their first time really seeing this part of the field in a hot couple minutes, and the kick in, trying to stay on top of it. I'm seeing some increased speed for Academia as they take this ball away. So Zapa gets back on top of it. The kick out to Joel Garcia. Has played with so much intensity all game, trying to get the call. It's number 42 for Academia. Joel Garcia gets a yellow card.
Yeah, now the referee's got a really important job in this game. Those tensions are continuing to rise, and here, now with under 20 minutes to go, those tensions are going to continue to rise. You've got to keep this game in your control as the referee, and he's done a really good job of doing that so far.
Yeah, truly, it's in club soccer. I mean, just got to be able to keep a handle on some of these players. Not happy with some of the calls. The refs have a really, really tough job on a field like this one between two teams as this ball skips by. So a close one by Academia, unable to connect.
Just trying to find the near post there on the shot. You get it on the far post, trying to smack that in on the goalie's near post. The referees having none of this time wasting from Zapa, saying you got to get going. If you want to win this game, you got to figure out a way to control the ball. And for them, the pressure from Academia has been coming in. You got to break through that pressure, find yourself in some space, and then you can get running, you can get going. get in behind this defensive unit. We haven't really seen Zapa find their way onto the offensive half in a couple minutes here.
Really haven't. And now fighting through contact in center field. As this ball touches down, trying to get a handle on it is De La Cruz. De La Cruz behind, he trips over. And they're gonna bring it back with Zapa FC. De La Cruz got a little bit too aggressive there. Yellow card handed out.
That one was coming, Holden. He's been talking to the ref the whole time. We saw him go over to the assistant ref after the goal was waved off. Says a little something too much there for the main referee on the field. Earns the yellow card, and as a defensive midfielder, holding midfielder, you gotta keep yourself composed here because you are a key part of this defensive unit, key part of this offensive unit even in your team going forward. Cannot get a yellow card like that for mouthing off on the referee. Defensively for Zapa, you're right. That's a really nice job by yourself defensively. Get in front of the ball, get yourself between the ball and the goal. You're just gonna win a foul there every time, and now you got an opportunity to push this ball forward and see if you can get yourself a spell of possession.
Absolutely, as Alexis Villaplanto on the yellow card, most recent one, as this one heads back into Alexis Chavez. Now, Zapa FC might take a little bit of a pause offensively, trying to just keep this game within arm's reach against a very good defense. They'll probably utilize a bit more than that. This ball once again awarded to Zapa FC. Kevin Enriquez talking through these defenders, trying to get this ball away from these attackers who are playing with some, again, just more anger. They just keep getting called, and rightfully so. Can't let the anger get to them, as now with Elaine. Nearly could have escaped. Montero playing high. He's gonna quickly get rid of this one.
Yeah, nice job by Montero to step out there, command his box. Grajeda had gotten in behind.
And now a wide open lane. This one taken away. So Joel Garcia goes low to get that ball out of dangerous positioning.
And Garcia, guy on the yellow card, that's a risky tackle, but he does absolutely everything right there to control it.
Keep an eye on number 18, Anthony Castro. He's waiting as that sort of driver. He's gonna see if a pass comes his way. This ball long and not enough power.
Holden now 14 minutes to go for Zapa, away from a victory here in this game. How can they get this ball right to the wings, into some space? They've been trying to go through the middle here a couple times in a row. Look at how they can hold possession.
So Zapa has an opportunity offensively. Now you find out how you can kill clock here. I mean, a couple minutes from victory. Matthew Mendoza lets this ball sail out. Clock is running. He's gonna take his time, feeling up his ankle, making sure all is well. The throw in by Matthew Mendoza, leading goal scorer on this team. This ball goes sky high behind the bleachers. So whistle blows as they get a new ball back into play. So here at Biola, at All Barbara Stadium, the score is 3-2, Zapa FC on top over an Academia Gullit team that's just so well supported within SoCal, and a lot of big achievements on there as Mendoza gets a little bit tripped up. They're gonna call him for it, putting himself at risk with this big turnover.
Yeah, you saw Zapa trying to go into the corner there, try and waste a little bit of time. A little bit early for my liking here with over 10 minutes to go in this game. You gotta figure out a way where you can actually grow into this game yourself, because since you scored that go-ahead goal, you really have not been able to control this game at all, and it's been all Academia.
I've been liking what I'm seeing from this Academia defense, just being able to reset this ball at the right times. Now they just got to find a way to get this ball to one of their attackers, because right now, dribbling around in center it's not going to get you where you need to be. But a good start as the header to Castro, trying to give and go back to Castro. Castro delivers it into center. Not much there. Rivera, far side, Rivera tries it. That ball, well defended.
Yeah, it's a dangerous position there. Felt like the shot was there for Rivera. Out in some space, got onto the right foot with space in front of goal. There's too many bodies in front. Deflected down a little bit. Wasn't able to put his foot through it the way he wanted to.
So the opportunities starting to slim as we reach the 10-minute mark. Time left in this one. The city of La Mirada watching. What team wants to go to the USA Region 4 tournament more? Two of the top teams fighting for a trophy that will be handed out minutes from now. This ball sent the other way. Zapa's first on top of it. Christopher Camarera now goes undefended, baits the defender. Now it's Mendoza. Mendoza slips one, Mendoza goes high.
Yeah, you saw him get onto the right foot there, just at the D of the 18-yard box. On the left-hand side of it, tried to put his foot through it, see if he could find the near or far post, but really just went central over the top bar. But that's the best opportunity we've seen Zapa have in 10, 15 minutes really here holding. And if you're Zapa, you want all the more of that you can get.
Absolutely right. I mean, Zapa FC has just done so well on both sides of the ball throughout these last 60 minutes. I mean, it's been unreal. And then especially coming out, starting most of the same starters and going down pretty hard as De La Cruz. De La Cruz still sort of on his knees. Some more ref player action, trying to figure out the contact. Tensions still rising as we pass the 10-minute mark.
Slightly shocked there wasn't a yellow card handed out there.
Yeah, me too, Mahal. I was a little bit surprised by that, especially just on how gracious they've been with them so far today.
Yeah, they've been out of the pocket fast all day. He's been given stuff for that all day. Not sure why he opted against it there.
So Rivera has time in transition after the yellow card was handed out. I'll keep mentioning it. Opportunities are going to start to slim here as we approach the end of this game. Academia off the corner. That one nearly finds it in. Crowd thought it was there for a second. Ball got lost. Now Zapa FC on top of it. Surprised. Number 16 didn't just try to clear it there. Gives the ball away. A little bit early. Unable to find anything. Now trying to load up on defense. Zapa FC. The push, not going to get any sort of, really anything given out. 8 minutes remaining.
And you saw the header with a purpose there, going back to the near post. Good opportunity on this free kick.
So the free kick is high, going up for it. But good thinking on the header that just skipped above that top bar.
And Holden, I mean, those have been the best opportunities maybe we've seen all game, other than the goals for Academia. Those set pieces, those crosses, when you have your big bodies in the box, that seems like those are the opportunities that Academia is going to have their best opportunities to score on. If they want to equalize, the more of those, the better. Zapa cannot give up free kicks in dangerous positions to cross.
Each one of these kicks should be making you a little bit angrier each and every time you see them, as taking a lot of contact and down on the ground right in front of us. Number 17 for Zapa, now trying to keep a handle on it, well defended. But no stoppage as Nathan Campos is writhing on the near side of the field.
And what an opportunity for Zapa to double their lead there. We'll see if the red card's handed out here.
So opposing teams helping shake each other out.
Holden. The opportunity there. Mendoza got past the goalie, wasn't able to ultimately do what he needed to do and finish it off. Got it to a teammate who also wasn't able to. But Zapa, those are the opportunities where they can put this game away on.
Nathan Campos just got the wind knocked out of him. Now teammates coming up to help him out. He's going to remain down. Athletic trainer comes in to try to talk to Campos. With the yellow card handed out, big opportunity for Zapa in the final minutes of this game.
This is some stoppage time that will be added to keep in mind for sure. For Campos still here on the ground. For Academia, you're just arguing with the referee here. Talk to your teammates. Figure out what do we got to do to get back into this game. Why are you spending your time just arguing with the ref for this, right? To me, it's, you know, talk to your teammates. This is an opportunity for yourself to congregate, almost like a timeout, right, in football, where you're like, or basketball, right, where you're like, this is our opportunity to figure out what we want to do, how we want to attack, and it's not taking advantage of that opportunity, right? You've been doing some things right. Figure out, how do we get more of those opportunities? How do we get this out onto the flanks? How do we put a cross in? How do we get a good opportunity for Chavez or Rivera to put a head on it and find the back of the net to equalize this game?
So everybody's back on their feet. Nathan Campos walking easily now back into the defensive set. He's one of those starters. It's a couple goals on the season for him. He would be tough to miss if Zapa FC was to move on after this game. Brent Freeman Cup. I'm watching here on Unity View. Christopher Camarera gets involved there, and now another exchange of blows as Alexis Padilla takes a fall.
And a yellow card there handed out to the captain for Zapa. Another midfielder that's going to have to be careful here in these last 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes, depending on what type of stoppage time is allotted here. Just 4.5 to the 90. This is a dangerous opportunity for Academia. We've seen these set pieces, these crosses, be how they can thrive. This is a great crossing set piece opportunity right here.
Absolutely. The kick is up in there, but just bounces around one too many times. Zapa trying to get a handle on it. Second attempt, right in the hands of Mendoza.
Yeah, and just wasn't able to find the head of a teammate there on the free kick. For Academia, that was a good opportunity though, and now Zapa's got to figure out a way to get to the corner and try and waste a little bit of time.
Matthew Mendoza's been sort of a late game MVP in this one. He's just been really on top of it. Matthew Mendoza sort of sounds like a superhero name, like a Clark Kent.
Eminem.
Matthew Mendoza.
Yeah. Alliteration.
Yeah, good like alliteration.
It. Put a cape on him.
Put a cape on him. Call him Superman. He's been doing everything for this Academia, pardon, for the Zapa defense. Because Academia has just really been in the driver's seat for a lot of this game, and now with an opportunity is Rivera. Rivera drops one, and once again Mendoza falls on top of it. We approach 3 minutes to 90.
And Rivera, a guy that's been lined up as a center back for most of this game, finding some space up top. I would imagine that he's a guy that is going to just sit up front. We've seen that he has the power to put a strike through the ball and be able to find the back of the net. You see him sitting up there right now as a second striker alongside Alex Chavez. Those two guys both with the power to find the back of the net and ability to do so.
And now an opportunity in transition, trying to make the most of it, and saved. Castro, another guy that we had his name circled, unable to get it done in the wee moments of this game.
Those are the opportunities that you will have nightmares about. You just can't put your foot through it. You just sort of muff the kick. You go towards the far post when really the near post looked like it might have been more open there for the shot. But still, time to try and work with something.
There's absolutely time. Alexis Chavez still there. That one's high. So a nail biter as we approach 2 minutes.
Academia, all the momentum right now. It is coming at some point, but there's only limited time left, Holden. Will it come in time is the question. There's another goal in this game, and it's just a matter of time before one of these two teams find a way to get it.
Dangerous, dangerous. kick that Zapa allowed there. Luckily, found space up above the net. We'll keep seeing this. Academia sinking back a little bit on defense, trying to set their offense up best. Is here another opportunity for Rivera. Rivera delivers it inside. This ball deflected. So we're approaching the end here as this long kick header. Not accurate enough, but solid ball movement skills by this Academia team as this ball delivered up. Deflected. Zapa has to remain diligent on defense as this kick nearly slips in. So non-stop action. Michael Cavana, last one to touch that ball. Whistle blows here, so see what stoppage time is allotted. For the moment, Zapa FC in the driver's seat. Looking for a late game miracle is Gullit. Now Zapa FC, a one-on-one opportunity. That ball kicked away. Somahal, we've hit 90. We'll see what extra time we get. But I mean, Academia, it seems like they've had all sorts of opportunities. What's going to be the dagger that can possibly tie up this game?
They just got to get this ball forward first and foremost. Find it to someone. They found the spaces, the shots, but you got to take advantage of your opportunity. Oh my God.
The bicycle kick nearly found Twine.
I mean, Holden, the opportunities have been there. They have been there time and time and time again. And they just haven't been able to take advantage and find the back of the net.
The bicycle kick trying to do what Alex Chavez tried earlier, going fully behind the back. And now Zapa seeds this ball away for the time being, just trying to keep as far away from the goal. Zapa's looking for anything. The push down to the ground. Damon Lorenzo gonna sit with it. This ball goes away. So Zapa, time starting to dwindle. They can see the light of the USASA Regional 4 tournament. Zapa arguing that they're boxing out Joel Garcia. Pardon, that's Christopher Camarera, the captain, arguing that they should still have this ball. Academia gonna keep trying to reset, get an opportunity here with extra time. The kick, well defended. So it's Alex Chavez trying to keep a handle on it. Locked down defensively into center. That ball luckily kicked away. So now an opportunity in transition for Zapa to end this game. The kick at an angle. On top of it was Montero.
I'm shocked the flag didn't go up there, Holden. It looked like he had gone a step too early across the midfield line. He just wasn't able to take advantage of the opportunity, but you wonder how much time is left for Academia to even get another opportunity.
Yeah, it feels like it's time here for Zapa FC to try to deliver a dagger, at least trying to run out the rest of this stoppage time. Both teams getting tired. Zapa has been able to cycle in some players, just considering the point lead that they've taken. And now with an opportunity, Camarera delivers outside. The kick trying to cross through. Montero doesn't let that ball sneak away. And he's gonna deliver the boot all the way into center field. Zapa had enough of the midway line. Montero staying on top of it. He's going to try to throw this ball, looking for anything. Now another opportunity for Camarera. Camarera looks for the crossing path, isn't going to find it. So a tough hit taken on the far right flank.
That's a smart yellow card to take there, Holden. They're getting some momentum going forward. You got some numbers pushed forward, and you just take the fallow, you get the yellow, and that's just the brain coming in there for Quinn Fry.
Absolutely. Zapa, another opportunity. Cannot keep the handle. Matthew Mendoza gets tripped up in space. Arguing for the call, he's not going to get it. And now De La Cruz able to stop this ball and get it to his teammates. Zapa FC going to clear this ball back to opposing territory. So Mahal, the opportunities have been there. Stoppage time starting to dwindle.
Just all eyes on the center field referee right now.
Absolutely, this one stopped early.
Just trickling off sides, and when you have who knows how much time left, but it cannot be much, those are the mistakes you cannot make, and that's a mental mistake. You gotta stay on side there. You gotta make the referee make a decision on keeping that flag down. Just wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, now it's hot potato.
It is indeed. Zapa just being able to do what they need.
The crossing route to get around one-on-one. This is the time! And tripped up. Mendoza not happy. And Zapa FC comes away in the final moments, and they
that's
take
the dagger.
win.
And that's the dagger, Holden. A beautiful through ball outside of the foot, lacing it in. Plenty of space. It's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and make no mistake about it. 2-goal lead. That has got to be it for this one.
And there it is. The final whistle sounds. Zapa FC celebrations as the Brett Freeman Cup is going to go to the SoCal Premier League Second Division champs.
Last goal scored in extra time by number 22.
And it was one heck of a game, Holden.
And that's the final.
Both teams showing what they're made of, trying to find it, and ultimately, it was Superman himself, Matthew Mendoza. Wins the penalty,
Gullit,
grabs the ball, says, I'm taking this penalty, putting you guys on my back.
Freeman Cup champion.
And the team leader in goals with 8 on the regular season ultimately gets the game-winning goal.
The 2025,
and after a sluggish first half for him, he has his moment and becomes Superman.
Zapa FC.
So it's Zapa FC. Gets registration to the USASA Region 4 tournament, and now gets to hoist the cup for the Freeman Cup. And coming up in just a bit, we'll head to our next game of the day, the Briones Cup final between Temecula FC and Montclair Academy. Another two teams that people should definitely stick around to watch. Montclair 9-1-0, the best teams in the SoCal. And Temecula FC has had their moments. 35 goals scored, only a few allowed, and a little bit of a tussle taking place. On that sideline, would love to get in there, but there's some fighting going down on the ground. Gullit not happy, and everybody on that Gullit team is coming in. Parents coming in to watch, and now finally pulled off. That was Ortega that had to be pulled away.
I mean, Holden, is that the same? Are they teammates? Is that teammates getting into a fight?
Yeah, these are all teammates.
I mean, that's something that just cannot happen. You're
Yeah,
a
I
team,
mean,
you got to work together. That cannot happen.
Just considering how many misplays and miscues there were in those final couple minutes on offense for Gullit. Finally, teammates.
Any fans who are not players to exit the field of play.
So after some parents and friends come onto the field trying to help split up this tussle happening on the Academia bench.
Just want to remind everybody we're valuing the safety of our athletes.
Part of the tough part about club sports, especially when you only have a couple refs, and refs are going to sit this one out on the sort of inter-team conflict. But you don't have a ton of upper-level guys on your coaching staff to really help break up these fights, so you're relying a lot on your teammates. And that one luckily broken up with both players on the ground. And you also have to think a lot of these guys are coming from much different backgrounds.
The pinnacle of the SOCAL Premier
different ways of playing ball.
26th season, the Raul Briones Cup final will be coming up at 6:30.
And families sticking around to watch the cup hoisted by the champions in this one, Zapa FC.
Right now is a great
close out their season with a 5-1 winning run and a sweep over
candy and Chavalita Mexican food, all
a sweep with a tie over their pool play.
They are open for business.
Teams that they faced off against. But man, I mean, what a game. Mahal, you have any thoughts before Zapa FC gets to hoist their cup?
Yeah, I mean, both teams really showing that they have the ability to win this game. Right? Academia just wasn't able to find that final product in the final third ultimately, and that's what caused them not to be able to equalize this game. They had all the opportunities that they had needed in the final 15-20 minutes to be able to take, or to be able to equalize this game, or even eventually take the lead. They just weren't able to do so, and Zapa held strong defensively. They got their goals. They stormed back from a 2-0 deficit when all things could have unraveled 10 minutes in. And that's just a sign of a strong team that knows what each other are made of and some belief in yourselves and each other.
So, Zapa FC has found their way to the end of the Freeman Cup, winning 4-2.
We are just now awaiting the presentation of the Brent.
And as you're hearing over the PA, waiting over,
also want to remind everybody
teams want to see the raise of the Brent Freeman Cup. Historic cup here in SoCal.
Is when the SoCal Premier League started this season and will host its first ever World Cup watch party this summer. Stay tuned to our social media for full details.
Sure all these guys looking forward to watching the World Cup, hopefully coming away as National Amateur Cup participants for Zapa FC. A strong, strong team they've assembled. And now just waiting for Zapa FC to hoist this cup and send us to our second game of the day. And now teammates for Academia just talking it through. This tension started to flare, and again, we talked about it all game. We thought it would be earlier in the game that we'd start to see a lot more of that anger start to build. Yeah, Academia falls.
I mean, you start to see those tensions boil, right? As soon as that goal, the equalizing goal, it looked like was ruled out by the referees through the handball. That's when the tension started to build, and from then on, it's, you know, how do we find our way into the back of the net? And if you're not able to do so, I mean, that's when those tensions just boil over, and ultimately, after the game is when the tensions boiled over for academia.
And we're gonna say so long here from Biola University as you'll get to watch Zapa FC hoist the Brent Freeman Cup. It's been an honor calling this game from Biola University. My name is Holden Buckley. I was your play-by-play commentator for today, joined by Mahal Domingo Anderson. Stick around to watch your champs lift this historic cup in the SoCal Premier League. And we'll say so long and good afternoon here on Unity View.
Unity View TV delivers broadcast quality live streams and cinematic recordings that turn events into unforgettable memorabilia. From instant replays and live graphics to professional commentary and multi-camera coverage, we bring the power of a full television broadcast in a portable, affordable setup tailored to your event. Unity View TV, we showcase drama.
You still have those windows. Loud, drafty, expensive. It's time for an upgrade. Upgrade your life. Starbridge builds every window and door to fit your home. Measured, designed, custom built, perfect fit, quiet, energy efficient. Not from a shelf. Stop settling. Go custom. Starbridge windows and doors. Get your free quote today.
Hi, my name is Alex Mendoza. I'm one of the CEOs and co-founders of Starbridge Windows and Doors. We started this business in 2015 with the help of my wife, Betty, and Luis Mendoza. We've been around since 2015, and we do manufacturing windows and doors in-house. We come out to your home for free, a free estimate same day if possible, and we provide a 100% full service with the installations. We build everything from cutting glass to putting all the insulated units together. We also provide bifolds, casements, arch windows, French doors, trapezoids, and anything out there that we can that's actually in the market. We are a one-stop shop here at Starbridge Windows and Doors. We are here to provide excellence to your home.
I never thought my old shower could look this clean.
Imagine coming home from a hard day of work and walking into a sparkling clean home. Get ready for a cleaning team that cleans more deeply, takes more time, and truly cares. Happy Home Helpers is the #1 rated cleaning service in Las Vegas with thousands of happy customers and hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google. Call today or click the link below to get a free quote.
Okay, so for you people that say to me, I don't want to touch my first mortgage, I've got a 4% rate, I've got a 3.5% rate, whatever it is, you don't want to touch your first. I understand that, but you need cash out. whether that's for home improvements, tuition for your son, daughter, whatever the case may be. Let's look at a closed-end second for you. We've got fixed rates, variable rates, lots of different options for you to qualify for these now. The rates are low on these closed-end seconds. I encourage you, reach out now. You're absolutely going to like what you see. It's a great way to not touch that first mortgage, get you that second mortgage, and get you the money you need to take care of your business.
Kaylani dropped her self-titled project. Kaylani, executive produced by Chris Riddick. Shout out to you. If you haven't checked out that interview, make sure to tap in with that on Engineers. This is probably my favorite release of the year so far. I want more upbeat R&B that could be played in multiple different settings. Like, I want a versatile R&B album, and it's hard to do because there's so many different sounds and different vibes in R&B. I think this album is perfect for 2026. It gives me Keisha Cole vibes. She's obviously from Oakland. This is a year plus in the making. Cole did spark this. We saw something that worked, and he hasn't went into this more traditional R&B bag yet. Like, she's growing and wanting to put out a more mature R&B project, and this feels fitting of where she's at. Knocked it out the park. I love this.
Yeah, and especially when you look at the features, Wayne, Clips, Brandy, Missy Elliott, like, definitely working with people that she admires. It looks like she was picking up people that she was inspired by and grew up on them.
I really liked how visible Chris Riddick was throughout this rollout. Producers being able to like remotely work with people and not always being in the studio. We've kind of lost these people being like cultural figures that you know what they look like. But like to see Chris sitting next to her during the Apple interview, I was like, this is dope because this is truly a duo. If you want to make an album of this stature, you need a team.
I think this is probably going to be R&B album of the year. You know, it's going to be really, really hard to beat.
Vegas locals and anyone who's traveling to Vegas, come join our charcuterie workshop where you can build your own platter and take it home. You're gonna be welcomed with a bunch of food. So delicious. We also have drinks for you guys waiting with ice, different types of water that you can enjoy in the beginning before we start teaching the class. Now, where all the fun happens, welcome in our kitchen, where you will be welcomed with your own spot, your own choice of platter or box, and everything is already ready for you guys. All you have to do is come hungry and ready to be creative.
You guys, the most authentic Knafeh in LA, and right now we're going to show you our top 3 most ordered flavors. And coming in at number 3, we have the walnut churro. First step is we're going to put the gutted, which is the rose syrup. And now we're going to top it off with the walnut, cinnamon, and brown sugar. And then next we're going to top that off with some Biscoff cream. And then lastly, a dollop of Biscoff cookies straight in the center. And coming in at number 2 is our Kinder Crunch. We top this off with Kinder white chocolate. And now we drizzle some chocolate on that. And lastly, we give it that crunch. And coming in at number 1, you guys already knew it, it's our classic traditional Knafeh. So the first step on this is we put the gutted, which is the rose syrup. And lastly, we put a scoop of raw pistachios in the center. You know what they say, the best things in life are simple. You don't gotta travel to get a taste of the Middle East. Habibi, come to Corner Knafeh. Tag a friend in the comments. We'll see you guys soon.
Unity View TV delivers broadcast quality live streams and cinematic recordings that turn events into unforgettable memorabilia. From instant replays and live graphics to professional commentary and multi-camera coverage, we bring the power of a full television broadcast in a portable, affordable setup tailored to your event. Unity View TV, we showcase drama,